Hello everyone, I'm Simon, and what you're looking at is the end-to-end architecture for electronic invoicing, how a billing document is born inside SAP, transforming into a compliant fiscal receipt, submitted to the tax authority, and tracked until it's officially approved. The design follows three responsibilities. Left to the right, SAP owns the business data, our EVEZA middleware owns the transformation and the secure submission, and the tax authority owns the validation and the final verdict. Everything is automated and every step leaves a trace. Let me walk you through it. It's starting inside SAP. The invoice is created and checked here, the same way your team always works. The key idea is that the business logic stays where it belongs, in the ERP. We don't ask SAP to know anything about XML schema or digital certificates. Its only job is to produce a clean, validated invoice. All right, inside SAP, a custom development we built picks up the invoice, packages the data, generates the JSON file, and keeps a record of everything it does. So nothing gets lost and everything can be audited. Why JSON here and not the final XML yet? Because we want SAP to emit a simple, stable format and let the middleware own the heavy lifting of building the tax authority exact XML. The separation keeps the SAP site clean and future-proof. If the tax authority changes the schema, we adjust one layer, not the ERP. We also have a monitor to help us to keep an eye on what's happening between the middleware and the tax authority. This monitor comes with the feature to auto refresh every 30 seconds. Um, Before anything is sent externally, it passes through a security checkpoint. Credentials and permissions are confirmed here. If something isn't allowed, it stops right there and it gets locked. Nothing goes out unauthorized. This is where the document becomes a legally valid electronic fiscal receipt. The XML file generator builds the receipt in the exact structure the tax authority requires. The XML validator checks it against the official schemas. XML signer applies the digital signature. We then store that signed XML for 10 years. The retention period of the law requires. So it's always available for any future audit. And finally, the post document sends the invoice securely to the tax authority. Built, validate, signed, stored, sent in that order. On the tax authority side, the document is received through EC Reception API. There's also support to submit summary flow for lighter weight consumer receipts. Now, there is a point that is easy to miss. Receiving a document is not the same as approving it. The tax authority processes asynchronously, so the response we get back at this stage is simply confirms that the receipt was accepted into the queue, and it gives us a TrackID. There are three outcomes: in process, rejected, and accepted. If it's still processing, we wait and check it again. Rejected, it goes to the SAP error log so the team can fix it. Once it's accepted, two things happen. The system creates a QR code for the printer representation of the invoice and saves it back onto the original invoice in SAP. And it sends a notification that the receipt is valid. So the customer ends up with a legally approved printable invoice carrying a verifiable QR code, and SAP holds the complete status against the document. To summarize, SAP stays focused on the business. The EVEZA layer handles the transformation, signing, and secure submission, and every external step is guarded by a control point, authorization before sending, and a real status check after. The result is electronic invoicing that is fully automated, fully traceable, and built for the asynchronous way that tax authority actually works. In the next video, I'm going to show you the solution running live. Bye-bye.